You mentioned a lot in there about kind of pain scores. Um, Obviously, this is something we also say for people to do sometimes, is to actually kind of track their kind of PMF progress as such, and their pain levels. Because as you said, you might not necessarily see something in the first week, but then week 2, it started to go down maybe 1, week 3, it goes down another 1. How would you kind of track this pain score, or what would you track?
Yeah, so tracking pain scores is something that we really encourage people to do because let me give you a little example. People start trying to lose weight. They look in the mirror, and if you're trying to lose weight by looking in the mirror, it's very difficult. If you stand on a pair of scales and it says you're 85 kilos today, when you start to work out and do all the things you need to do, go on a diet, start eating healthy, you can physically see that weight coming down. You can see it going to 83 kilos, then to 81 kilos and that sort of thing. But necessarily, if I'm looking in the mirror, I haven't noticed any difference. So this is a very similar thing. If people start to use PEMF therapy, and as I say, it's not an overnight therapy, it's going to take a couple of weeks, couple of months to actually notice a huge difference in your pain scores. Taking a pain diary is really important. So if people can say, right, well, woke up this morning and I'm at 8 in the mornings, and by the afternoon and the evening it starts to get better, or even maybe for some people it gets worse later in the evenings, then they can take those pain scores down. When you start applying the PEMF therapy, and if you're doing it once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, then you can start to, over the course of a week, 2 weeks, you can start to monitor your pain score. And it may even be that you've just moved down to 7 or a 6 or something like that. And people are waking up 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, and they're thinking, oh, I'm still in pain, so this can't be helping. But if you've got a pain score and you're like, oh, actually, no, it's nowhere near an 8 today, it's more of a 6, then you can see those numbers dropping. You can see something physically changing, and it just helps so much more, because we do sometimes get people that will use a PEMF system for a month. In their head, they don't necessarily notice a big difference. They send a system back. Then within the next week, their pain increases and they think, oh, yeah, that was working. It was helping. A lot of the time we get a phone call, I need the device back. But if you're taking those pain scores and you're nominating the numbers, it's just something that really helps people to see a physical change.
Yeah, that's a really good explanation, kind of why people should do it. I really liked the whole weight example. That's not something I've necessarily heard before.